Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Spirit Medium Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential, and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Hi, everybody. This is Laura. Welcome to the show, Mediumship and Messages with me. As you know, if you've been a listener, the first 15 minutes will be group messages. After that, I will go to Otherside connections, and for the remaining 30 minutes, I will do a mix of all kinds of readings, including medical intuition, regular life messages, mending or healing, and whatever else might be needed. A lot of people think that they think of specializations. And I look at it a little bit differently. If you are a medium, which is a specialization, but it does give you access to all kinds of information. So you don't have to say, I just do mediumship, unless, of course, that's all you want to do. But once you break through to the superconscious mind, you really have access to everything if you care to do so. So be a little bit suspicious of somebody that says they only do Akashic records, so they only do angel readings, because if they were fully developed as a medium or a psychic, they would have access to lots of different kinds of information. Just one of those little things you never think about. You just think, oh, I have to go to this kind of person. Well, the kind of person you have to go to is somebody who's truly developed. And once they are developed, they pretty much have access to most things that the spirit world would have any hand in, including miracles, which I am going to talk a little bit about today from a different perspective. But first, I just need to clear a couple of little housekeeping things. That this show happens twice a week, once on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to get people in the queue that are from other countries. Welcome, by the way. Welcome from whatever time zone you're in, but the show happens on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. U.S. time, Eastern Time. And also it happens on Monday evenings at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. If you call in a little bit early, you have a better chance of being seen or spoken to by me. Speaking of seeing me, there is a website for this show called SpiritMediumTV.com, and if you go to the bottom of that page, there's a live video feed of me. And sometimes the look on my face really says a lot that I don't say verbally or orally, but I always try to keep it pleasant. Also on that page, SpiritMediumTV.com, item 1 is your way to get a sale, 25% discount, a private session with me. So item 1 on SpiritMediumTV.com reveals that. Item 2 on SpiritMediumTV.com explains how to be in to win a private session with me. And I'm going to tell you right now, since I'm on the subject, all you need to do is join the mailing list. I did get somebody in the queue, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, for your email, but you will be in the July contest. Anybody who joins during the month of July will be in the contest to win a private session with me. And this morning I just did one. It was really exciting. I got to work with somebody from Australia, and here I am in Florida. It was 10 p.m. her time, but it was 10 a.m. my time. See the miracle of technology and all the wonderful things it can do for you. And one of the other miracles of technology is to give you a private session with me at no cost to you if you win by joining our mailing list at SpiritMediumTV.com. Item 3 on SpiritMediumTV.com allows you to jump the queue. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. That's item 3 on SpiritMediumTV.com. Item 4 on SpiritMediumTV.com explains how you can get certified as a soul psychic master certification. Soul psychic. Oh, wait, I forgot to say that. I forgot to say correctly. Soul psychic healer. You can get a soul psychic healer master certification, which goes into soul alignment, channeling, clairvoyance, and mediumship. We have lots of people that are graduating from that. Okay, so there is an event still that has not happened. and that would be this Friday. I'm going to be going to the ballet, and if you want to come with me, you can get into the ballet if you live in Southeast Florida, or maybe you're in town on a trip or something, or maybe you plan on coming in. $10 for $35 tickets, and there's a link on spiritmediumtv.com on how to get more information on that. And a little testimonial. Somebody on one of the articles I wrote recently, the article on surrender, wrote me and said, I love the article on surrender to gain peace. The universe knew I needed help with surrendering one aspect of my life, and this came through from Source via you today. Thank you, dear God. And thank you, dear Laura, for being mindful of how important surrender is to all of us here on our journey back to heaven, our original home. Blessings and peace. And her name is Marie. Thank you, Marie. And I will be talking about something today, letting go and letting God, and how that is a miracle too. And that's what I want to talk about right now. So I keep talking about this lately. Why? Because it keeps coming up lately for me, and me as your sort of poster child for connection to spirit. I believe a lot of the things that are happening to me are meant to be said to you. So I keep being reminded and about this whole idea of not handling everything myself. And if you're not that religious, okay, or if you're not in a 12-step program, you might have studied the law of attraction, okay, or The Secret, or metaphysics, or whatever your modality is in that area of metaphysics and manifesting. One of the key elements is letting go. I mean, we can envision and vision and affirm and intend up a storm, but if we don't employ letting go and letting God, okay, or our higher power, if we don't employ that concept, then we will get in the way of spiritual resources coming to our assistance. Another subtext of all of this, which has also been subtly relayed to me of late, is that we have to ask. We have to ask. So quite often, if you want spirit to help you, I mean, so quite often if you're doing a creative visualization, or you're using intention or affirming and this and that, but you're not asking, then you're not getting the full power that's available to you to help you. So I like to use prayer as my most simple method of manifesting, and it's not me manifesting. It's God, Spirit, my angels, my guides working with me, employing a supernatural power to an otherwise worldly or earthly event to allow things to occur. And at the very least, the biggest miracle is peace, being peaceful, being happier, knowing that your issues are in the hands of a higher power, and knowing that there are things you can control, and those you hand to a higher power for help through prayer, through asking. And there are things that you have no control over, and those you hand to the same higher power. And it sort of frees you up to be alive, to live, to enjoy happiness, to savor every single nugget, every single morsel of this dramatic experience called life. And notice I chose the word dramatic, because indeed it is dramatic. And what does drama entail? Drama, the fiber of drama is conflict. So that means not only everything being perfect, but sometimes things being profoundly difficult. But within all of these experiences is the delight, or the juicy nugget of experience, of being on earth and having this experience. So I'd like all of you to just direct your minds to for a moment to the whole idea of being grateful for having experiences, no matter what their nature. And you know, when you think about it, everything has a perspective, both good and bad. Everything can be spun a different way. And I think if you looked at politics, you'd see that, right? Somebody looks at a picture and sees red. Another person looks at a picture, sees blue, and then each person has their own idea of whether that's good or bad. Be aware of the fact that if you're always thinking everything is bad, then you're going to go into a downward spiral. Better to think everything is good. Employ the powers that be to oversee your life and help you on your journey through this marvelous experience called life. Okay, so we're going to start our little meditation and go into prayer, and then I will do some channeling, group message, and then we'll go to the phone lines, starting with Otherside connections. So everyone, if you would please just uncross your arms and legs and start to breathe abdominally, focusing on your breath. One moment as I do the same. Breathing in deeply, exhaling deeply, allowing yourself to fill up with the love and light of higher vibration, higher vibrational forces. Asking your loved ones in spirit to come through, if that is what you're wanting today. And as well, asking spirit to answer your questions or provide a healing for you or provide for you that which you need. While you do that, I will go do the prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now back to each of you. On your next exhale of breath, if you would be so kind as to send out your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay. One moment while I connect with the ones. We are here. We are the ones. We have come to be with all of you in great joy and light today. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Each of you is a wonderful soul. Each of you is magnificent in your own light. While you are within the skin of a human being, you do not understand how truly radiant each of you are. Each of you is power beyond your wildest dreams, or what you would be considering as you sit on earth miraculous. For example, in the spirit world, each of you are able to read the minds of others in the spirit world, if the information is available to you. Not all spirits are allowing all spirits to read their mind. However, there is telepathy in the spirit world. That is the primary means of communication. Communication is profound and deep and highly empathic. In other words, we feel the pain of each of us. On earth, you have the illusion that you're separate. You have the illusion that you do not know, feel, or hear that of the other's suffering or the other's triumph. However, we would like to suggest to you today that if you were to tune in with the idea that you can read their mind if it's available to you, or feel their pain or pleasure if it's available to you, you would start to have a better flow in your own life, a better connection to your intuition, to your gifts. Understand that you are not separate. You truly are connected to everyone, everything, and that the idea of being separate is an illusion while you sit within the skin of a human being. And what a beautiful skin it is at that. For within the framework, within the illusion of being separate, of not being connected to others or to source, if you will, you have the opportunity, the magnificent opportunity of growth. And we've already mentioned one area of growth, and that is to remember your ability to truly connect with others on nonverbal levels, on telepathic levels. Today we will give you an exercise and see if you can begin to open your own telepathic ability. We would all like you to please close your eyes for a moment and focus on the following that we will send you telepathically. It will be an idea from the following three. The following three ideas is suffering, greatness, or illusion. In a moment, we will close our eyes and we will send one of those three to you. And perhaps later in the show, we will find out what you received: suffering, greatness, or illusion. One moment, please. There you are. There you have it. We have sent you a thought today. We hope that you were able to achieve a connection with that thought. Namaste. May you each have a wonderful experience, unique and empowering, this evening and this afternoon. Okay, that was unexpected. I better write down what it was, because when I do the show, everybody, you may think I know what's going on, but honey, I don't know a thing. I am in a complete and utter daze when I do the show. So if I don't get to you or I make a mistake or what have you, that's why. So be forgiving of me, guys, okay? All right, so we're going to go to the phone lines now. I'm going to go to Catherine, who was wanting an Otherside connection, and she did call in once before, a long time ago. Not that long ago, maybe it was a month or 6 weeks ago. Hey, Catherine.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. And I actually do remember that it's a man that you want to speak with. And I remember that he came in.
No.
It's not a man? Oh, okay. I thought it was a man that you wanted to speak with that was in your age group. Okay, so it's not. All right. Hold on for a second. Let me see what we bring. So now I know. Ha ha ha. Now I know it's a female. Hold on. Catherine 415. Who is there for her that she would like to speak with? There's a soul here that's very sweet, soft, light energy. Obviously, she'd have to be a female if she's not a male. Hold on one second, please. She seems like light energy, free energy, flowing energy, and very, very sweet. She feels more in your age group, though, than a mother figure. Well, it could be a child also, but I don't feel it's a child here. I feel it's lateral energy. Would you understand that for who you want to speak with, please?
Not somebody in my own age group.
Okay, so just when I ask you, can just say yes or no. So what I want you to do is just be quiet for a moment, close your eyes, and call that soul in again, because for some reason or other, I'm not getting that soul. Hold on one second. This is for Catherine. Okay. And so then I am being led to an older generation, not a younger generation. What I'm trying to do, everybody listening, is I'm trying to pull in someone specific for her, which I don't normally do. The only reason I'm doing it for her is because the last time I brought in somebody for her and it wasn't who she wanted. She did know who it was, but it wasn't who she wanted. So I said, try another time to get who you want. So I'm doing that, the courtesy of this. The reason that mediums usually don't want to do that isn't because they don't want to. It's because spirit has an agenda, and they have, some souls can, some souls can't. They work with, mediums work with the strongest energy presenting, see? So what I'm getting is somebody from an older generation. I also, oddly enough, this wouldn't make any sense to you yet, so I'm going to hold it on the side. Please come in, please come in, please come in. This is for Catherine 415. Mother. Okay, I keep hearing mother. Is it your mother, honey? I'm sorry, I have to ask you. Is your mother?
Yes.
You want? Okay.
Yes.
I keep hearing mother, hearing mother, hearing mother, but for some reason or other, she's giving me a blank screen with little pictures all around it. So that's kind of interesting. One of the pictures she gives me is, yeah, like in the middle it's all blank, but then there's these little things on the side, and I don't know which one to focus on. One of them is like a piggy bank or a pig. Okay. So if mom ever told you save for a rainy day, or maybe pigs have something to do with her, I don't know. It's hard for you to connect that right now. So I'm going to leave that on the side. The other thing is I get a picture of a older looking woman with grayish hair wearing glasses, a real granny looking kind of woman, or older looking woman. And she also wears flowers in her hair, daisies in her hair. I don't know why she presents that way, and I'm not going to ask you to confirm that image, because again, it feels to me rather random. The third thing I'm getting, oh, wait a minute, no, there is something from that image that I can speak about. What I get from that image, that is, even though she looks older, because the hair's gray and all, she has a very young feel to her, and she also reminds me of like a flower child, or somebody who was very active in the 60s and 70s. Would you understand your mom to have been a flower child or someone like that, please?
She was no.
Okay. Well, that's an image I get. I don't know how it fits to anything either. Okay, I also hear something about cancer and that cancer runs in the family. Would you understand Mom having cancer, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So what she's doing then is she's better communicating using her voice right now versus pictures, and that's fine. We go with what we can get, right? Okay, so she has cancer. The piggy, I don't know what the piggy bank means just yet, but maybe it will in a moment.
I do. I know it's
Okay, so then she is using pictures also. She takes me to her abdominal area as swollen, saying that when they do that, it means that there's something going on in that area. Would you understand the cancer related to that area, please?
Yeah.
Okay, and she says it's karmic duty and karmic debt that she had to go through that massacre of an illness and the way she had to transition. She says it was a breech birth of a sort. In other words, she went to spirit not easily. It was a difficult transition for her, and she also gives me the impression by those words that there seems to be almost like as if the word massacre suggests to me that it might have been operation at least one or something like that to cut her open and take something out. It's more than the words, and it's more than the word massacre. It's a feeling she gives me around that word. But it's very difficult for her, and she calls it a breech birth. As if, feet first versus really a smooth transition for her. That means upset. That means things mishandled. That means her not being very easy about this. And that she also wants to add in that they're mishandled. I already said that, mishandled, or there wasn't something wasn't done correctly in her care. Would you understand that, please? Just yes or no?
No.
Okay. Would you understand that it was not an easy transition for her?
No, she died in her sleep.
Okay. So she did get the right care, honey?
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay. Did she suffer a lot? Because she seems to make it seem like she suffered a lot. You don't know?
But it was short. It was short term. It was just a few months.
All right. Well, let me see why she says that. Okay. Because these now I see. I feel that I've made a connection, even though I haven't described her physically. But I feel I have a connection here, and that is a very specific thing she's showing me. So I'm going to try to figure that out. I'm also getting a name that is like a P name, Phyllis or Phil or something like that. Hold on, let me try to clarify why she says it's a breech birth into the spirit world. Why do you say that, please, Mom? I didn't like the transition whatsoever. I resisted it every step of the way. You might have noticed this by the way I took my medication. Listen to this. This is interesting. Oh, she wants you to know. I don't know, maybe you do know this, but she was secretly in denial of being ill.
Oh, yeah. A long time.
Okay, and that she shows me that she actually did not take her medication for a while, or she was avoiding taking it, or maybe avoiding the treatment. Okay, so that's the breech birth. Okay, and she wants you to know that internally she suffered an awful lot at the idea that she could be ill, or that she would be losing her life. Transition in that respect was not easy for her. She doesn't want you to suffer like she did ever, 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 and in particular when she's on Earth, she doesn't show you what she's going through in those areas. She just wants you to know that she would never want you to have to suffer like that, or anyone actually, ever, ever, ever. She also gives me the impression that you have a brother or sibling to yourself. Do you understand, please?
Yes.
Okay, 2 of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she loves you very, very much. She says you're a very calm personality. You take things easily in your life. She says you, as in contrast to her, you don't cover things up or sweep them under the rug, or you're not in denial for being calm. You really are calm. She says you really are a calm person, and you handle things methodically, evenly, and intelligently when they come up. She says I gave you the impression I was calm, but it was only on the surface. Only on the surface. She says I held a lot of things in. She held a lot of things in. You could tell me why she says that, love. Because she loved you. and your father and your siblings, your brother and the other child, because she didn't want you all to be upset about things she was going through in her life. So she always tried to remain calm on the surface. She says she thinks she did a pretty good job of it, but she says holding things in eventually takes a toll on the health, and she says that's the underpinnings of her illness, is not expressing things constructively. She's so grateful, Catherine, that you didn't learn anything subliminally from that. In other words, you didn't learn how to be like that. You learned how to, right? It's almost like she's saying you learned how to take care of things as they come up, maybe because you didn't notice this. Did you notice this growing up?
Oh yeah, yes, we did.
Okay, so she's very, very happy, that she's in spirit world now. She looks back on all these things. She's living a new life there, but that she's very happy that you're not damaged by her holding things in. That she's so happy that you are healthy emotionally. You handle everything well. She says you have a beautiful life. She also says you have beautiful skin.
Oh.
Like she says that you got from her. She says you got the beautiful skin from her. So there's something, she shows me a little baby, like a little girl or something, a little child, and something about the hands of the little child going in the hair and playing with the hair. And I don't know if that's who that is just now. I'm going to find out. Mom, what's that all about, sweetheart? 1 second, Catherine, while I check that out. You have a child. Okay, so you have a little.
My brother. It's my brother.
Okay.
Grandchild.
Does he have a little grandchild girl?
Yes.
All right. Well, she shows me this. Do you hold this little girl sometimes?
She lives in another country.
Okay. Well, I don't know why she shows me this little girl looking up and playing with the hair of somebody. So I just want to leave you with that picture. But she shows me that little. I think she loves that little child and probably is aware of it, So she comes in today to wish you beautiful health, beautiful happiness, and continuing on your particular journey. She uses the word plight. Hold on. I want to see what that means. What do you mean by that, Mummy? You're taking care of yourself all alone now. She says, no one looks in on you much anymore. She says it's a travesty what they've done to you to have to be alone like this. She says eventually all of that will change and your life will take a turn for the better. She says, of course you have to go through this now, as you know, but eventually you will be in the companionship of another person who will take care of you and love you as I do. And she wishes you so much love. Does that make sense to you, please, Catherine?
Yeah, but eventually that sounds like a long time. I don't want to be single for a long time.
No, time is relative. Don't worry about that, sweetheart. But don't forget this is translating from another dimension through the mind of a medium. So don't take everything too to heart. But I think what she means is you will have a companion and you will have somebody be with you. And it seems like there was somebody before, and then that ended, and you have to be alone for a while. And there's some kind of what they did to you. I don't know what she means by that, but maybe it was a bad breakup or what have you. But it's good now, so don't worry about a thing, honey. Everything is going to be just fine. Okay, honey? Much love to you. God bless.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was a breach mediumship, actually. Never mind a breach birth. Okay, let me see if there's anybody else waiting for mediumship. Whoa, we got a lot of people here. We do have another person waiting for mediumship, and she's been waiting a very long time. Going to Cora. Hello, Cora, 214. How you doing today?
Hello, hi there. Very good, thank you.
Yeah, much love to you. Now, if you were listening earlier, I don't do requests, but I had promised this one woman I would. So what I usually do, sweetheart, is I pull in those that are there waiting for you. Did you have a chance to call in from Spirit some loved ones before? We did that during the meditation?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see who we have for you. Cora 214. Okay. Even though, well, I do feel two different people or two different directions I could go in. One is a mother figure, and the other one is more father. When I asked Spirit, I heard mother before I felt a male to you. I'm just going to see who wants to develop, sweetheart. Okay. This is the core 214. Father is here too. Okay. The father is feels like he leaves Earth at a much older age. Okay, so that means either he's either removed from you one generation. Not your father, could be a grandfather, but there's something very old about him. Let me just get him to develop a little bit more. Want to develop, please? I love you very much. Yes, we know that you love her. I'm sorry that I had to let you go like this, or that I had to go like this. You were around my bedside quite a bit towards the end of my life. Now, you can't confirm any of that yet, love, because I know you don't know who it is, but I'm just allowing this particular soul to talk a bit until I can get to some specific information. You were around me a lot towards the end of my life. You took care of me and you helped me transition to the spirit world. He's showing me a picture of himself in a bed right now, and for some reason, something very distinctive about this picture is that his hair is gray and white, but it looks like it's combed up. So whoever was taking care of him must have tried to just comb the hair up away from his face, and it looks like he's sleeping a lot. He's not feeling well at all for a long time. And he also mentioned something about lungs, and lung capacity is difficult for him. Do you understand this yet, honey, from what I'm saying?
Gosh, the only person that I was along bedside before he transitioned would be my ex-brother-in-law, Peter.
Okay. Did he have white hair, grayish hair, honey, before he left Earth? Did he
didn't have a whole lot of hair, but he passed away from AIDS.
Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to leave it go. I see a man there very distinctly. He's got an olive complexion. He's got white hair. He's lying on a bed, and you took care of him for a time before he left Earth, before he transitioned. This is what he's saying to me. If you don't remember it, I don't know what I can do, really. He's coughing a lot. He has phlegm in his throat and his lungs. He's not feeling well for a while. He lives near you for a while in the same town, but then you moved away from him. He was around you when you were much younger, and he says he looks in on you from time to time from the spirit world. It's very clear and distinct. Now, I'm going to ask you something else. Do you have any grand uncles? Do you have any grandparents? Did you live near a grandparent or your father? Is your father in spirit, love?
My father is. It could have been my grandfather, because I wasn't very close with my dad, but in spirit he does show up.
Okay.
My grandfather had gray hair.
I think this is who it is. He lives near you for a period of time, though, when you're young. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And that you would take walks with him when you were very young, actually. You might not even remember that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he shows me himself. Do you remember if he had lung problems, please? Or breathing difficulties?
Gosh, I was so young. I'm not sure.
Okay, well that you need to check on, okay? It does have a gray to white hair color, the way it shows. It looks like it's a little bit longer, loose when he's near death. You may not remember what he looks like near death because it happened when you're very, very young. But he does present right now as the first soul. And he wants you to know that he takes care of you now, that he's around you, he's around your house, and he also prays for you from the spirit world. Okay, and there's something, okay, so he did say in the beginning he was sorry that he had to leave you so soon. That's another thing he said. I believe he said in a very backwards way, okay? Yeah. So he loves you. Something about coughing. Have you been coughing lately, honey? Do you have influenza or flu or a cold? He says he's looking in on you to help you get better from the cold that you have, or the coughing thing that you've been going through. You see, the coughing is important to him. He relates to that because he had that. You don't have it to that extent, Cora, of course. He says you will get better eventually. He says you're a beautiful child and a beautiful woman. He says, I wish you would get on with your health, get better, and I wish that you would take care of yourself better in general. There's a lot of stress in your life and a lot of things that feel very unfinished for you. He says you're very, you're torn. you have a lot of stress in your life right now. You're torn between a rock and a hard place. You want to take care of things. You can't seem to take care of them. And he says to you, not everything is up to you, my beautiful child. Not everything is up to you. Oh, and then he reminds us of the article and the focus subject about letting go and letting God. You, he says, would be a big and a great candidate for learning how to let go and let God so that you can have more peace in your life because you're trying to do everything for everyone but yourself. Everyone but yourself, you say. He says, I want you to take care of yourself now. And he says, you'll get better sooner than later if you do that. And he gives you a big kiss on your forehead. All right, Cora, thank you so much, honey, for coming to the show today. And if you call another time or if you book a private session, perhaps there's some other relative. There is a female waiting. There's a mother figure as well for you. Okay, darling?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey.
You.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Yeah, you have to, sometimes you have to insist on what's there, everybody. Quite often somebody won't remember. Who the heck is that person from Spirit World? And then the medium continues and finally, ding dong, the light goes off. If you would like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. If you want a discount on your session, and who doesn't want that? Just put in the event code field radio show and you will automatically be given a third more time, which is the equivalent of a 25% discounts. Okay, I'm going to Rose. And let me just, Rose, honey, just bear with me for a moment because sometimes the switchboard switches people. Hold on. Oh, no, today it's doing a great job. You are the next one. What can I do for you?
Laura.
Hi, sweetheart. So it looks like you want a life question. And I want to remind everybody I also do healings at times, which is equivalent to your life. So, but today we're going to talk with you about something in your own life, Rose. And what I ask you to do is that you give me just the question, no background, so I'm not influenced. Go right ahead, honey, and give me what you need to say.
Will I be hearing from Evan? And will I be meeting someone new?
We have one question. We're going to. So I'm going to. And maybe the other answer will come out from that. Hold on, sweetheart. This is for Rose, 201. Evan for Rose, yes or no? He's going to contact you. He likes you very much. There are other men that will be coming in as well. It's all up to you, sweetheart, who you want to be with. Obviously, this is at the beginning of getting to know Evan, not the end. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking the second question. But there are other people that could be met by you eventually. I feel they're in the queue waiting for you, which means that either you haven't met them yet or they're just there for you. And it also gives me the impression you might be using a method to meet men that provides a queue. Of other candidates, if you will. He has a sense of working in law enforcement or somehow civil service. What does he do, honey? Evan?
Oh, he's a mechanic right now.
Okay. He has a feeling to him of being in law enforcement. I don't know why. Maybe he's on a volunteer what do you call it, firefighter or community service thing, or maybe he's ex-military. I don't know, but he has that feel to him. Or maybe he just likes that stuff. I don't know. He just gives me that feeling. But he will be, and he does like you. And the answer to your question is yes and yes. Okay?
Will he be contacting me soon?
The answer is yes.
All right. Thank you, Laura.
Yeah. You're welcome. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, I'm going to go to Akanksha, who I believe is calling in from India. Hello, Akanksha. How are you, sweetheart? You're calling from India, right? You're calling from India, right? Yeah, I remember that. I remember you because I don't get a lot of people from India, although these days I've been getting a lot more people from India because I guess people in India like psychics.
Yes. Or the like.
Thank you, honey. So go ahead, honey, and give me your question, love.
My question is, when do you see, like, there are a couple of places I've applied to, so which place do you see giving me a positive reply for a job?
You're asking me if what I see for a job for you. Positive reply for a
Yes.
job. Okay. All right. Hold on one
And it
second.
doesn't name it on that.
What was that, honey?
If you see the name, because there are so many of them that I don't know which one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll see what we can do with that. A Akanksha job. Okay. You're going to get a job very soon, actually, and it is the one that you're wanting, the most important one, the most. They show me the top of the heap, the best job for you. I'm going to give you details about it. The name may not come in, or the identifying information may not be the name. It may be a description of it, honey. So let me just do what I can do with this. It's going to be something you're going to like very much. You've been looking for work like this for a long time. Most of the other jobs are just jobs. They're just something to pay the bills. But this is something that you prepared for, studied for, and it has a feel to it of administrative, something administrative, and something that you had to develop a skill to do, similar to either bookkeeping or court reporting or stenography, something that capture words quickly when somebody's speaking, or something to do with bookkeeping or administrative work. This is the one that you're wanting. This is the one you've been looking for, and this is the one that you will be getting, and it will be in the next 2 weeks. It could be longer term. I hate to say 2 weeks to 3 months, but they are saying 2 weeks to 3 months. Now, does that make sense to you, sweetheart, from what you're knowing about the jobs?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
It's the one you're wanting. I also feel there's an intermediary, like an uncle or cousin, some man there that's going to help you, and it seems needed to get the job through people that you know, or somebody's in there already, or it's a friend of a friend kind of a thing. So that will help
Yeah.
you. You understand? Okay, good, love. So not to worry, it's coming. The one you're wanting, yay! It's coming. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome, love. God bless. Bye bye. Thank you, honey. Bye bye. All right. Okay, we're going to Laura. I know, no, I'm not talking to myself. I didn't lose my mind. There is a Laura here waiting.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. It's Laura. Okay, sweetheart, just give me your question. Yes, just give me your question, honey.
I was hoping you could tell me what's me getting the job.
All righty. Gee, a lot of people want jobs right now. Okay, I'm going to start with the question of will she get the one she interviewed for yesterday? That'll lead to other answers as well. I just need to be specific. 856 Laura, job yesterday, yes or no? Yes or no? No, that's not it. You're not going to get that job, and you wouldn't like it very much if you did get it. Not up to your standards of what you need. Feels like it doesn't have the right pay. And maybe you think it does, but I want you to know it's not what you think it is, and it's a lot smaller, smaller opportunity than you want. Now, are you the Laura that I've worked with in the past that does a lot of contract work?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a permanent job.
Oh, okay. And maybe the reason it's being stated this way is as a contractor, although it's risky, because you don't know when your next contract will come, it pays better. But this feels like uh, you'd be trying to fit into like a round peg to a square hole, or bigger foot than the shoe. Like you're bigger than that job and you're better than that job, and it's just not the right fit for you. There are other jobs coming along in the near future that will be more to your liking and that will be easier for you to get. I'm going to see if I can land one or get an idea of one for you, honey, to help you with this. Hold on. Laura 856. Right now, there's nothing specific that I can see. Other than the word insurance comes in. I don't know if that's because I think you were doing something consulting in that industry, or if that is an industry you should look at. Does that have any relevance, the word insurance, for you, honey?
No. Well, actually, there was a phone interview last week with a company that does the insurance part of it. So it might be. I just haven't heard from them yet, though.
No, I don't think it would be that job, but I think that insurance is something that you should look at. It's perhaps a meatier kind of job that you would like a lot and would it be able to employ you. Now, I believe you do training. You've told me this. Is that correct, love? Corporate training?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and the problem is, of course, that a lot of companies have downsized those kinds of departments. They're not looking to have somebody on board full time. But, oh, okay, wait a second. But a director of training or somebody that makes decisions as to who hires the trainers has not been outsourced. Now, have you been looking for that kind of a job, which is a little higher level?
Well, I'm looking more like the one I interviewed for was a senior manager position,
That's the
which is a good. That's a good position. I'm not really qualified yet for directorship. I haven't had a permanent position as a training manager yet.
what
So
I'm
I wouldn't really apply.
what I'm here.
Directors, I think.
Okay, so what I'm getting for you is that you should go, I didn't say director, I said somebody who employs the external trainers or somebody who looks into that. You're making the strategic decisions. Whatever the title is, I'm saying that you need to go for that level. I don't know what the job that I told you interviewed, that I told you it didn't fit you, the one from yesterday, and I felt it wasn't big enough for you. So interestingly enough, what I'm being told to tell you is you need to go for a bigger position than you're thinking you qualify for. Okay, and that's the key to all of this. I know it's weird. You wouldn't think of it that way, but that's the key through all of this. What you need to do is you need to go through your profile, your resume, and you need to polish it or highlight it or amplify those aspects of yourself that would be better suited for the manager rather than doing the training. So in any respect that that you can do that, maybe you need to even go to somebody who can help you with that, but you need to what's the word for it? Profile yourself or portrait yourself as somebody who is groomed for that. And even if you have to go to a smaller organization with a little less money to get that kind of title, would serve you well in the long run, because that's where the jobs are with a permanent job within an organization is not getting the training has been outsourced. The people who hire the trainers internally and make those decisions are the full-time jobs. So use that as your strategy from this point forward. And you can do that. You can do that. You can wheel your way up a ladder, and that's how you do it. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, I'm going to Lene, who's been waiting an inordinate amount of time. Hello, Lene. How are you?
Hi, Laura.
Hi, sweetie. I like the clearing of the throat. She's getting ready to talk. All right, honey. So what is your question, honey? And as you've been listening, I asked not to give me a lot of background. Go ahead, honey.
I'd just like to know, romantically, is there somebody coming in?
All right. Lene 609. So by the nature of the question, I would assume then there is no one there currently, correct, love? There's
Correct.
all right, good. I just need to double check that. Sometimes those questions are a little tricky about love. Lene 609, love. Let's see what we got here. Yes or no? Yeah, you're going to have somebody soon. It doesn't need to take, okay, it doesn't take you that long to find love. In the past, you've had a few false starts, but I think what the issue here is getting the right person, because you get people, no problem with that. They're breathing. Put a mirror under their nose and they fogs up, but it's the right person that's the problem. So you're not going to have any problem finding a new partner, right? Okay, so let me just see the one, or if there's a lesson here. Okay, what about the one for Lene? Yes or no, please. Yes or no. The 1 is difficult for you, okay? Because you're thinking it has to be something abstract, or you don't realize that the 1 is the one. You make the 1. We would like you to think of the 1 as the one you decide to love. There have been many men who've come to you. They have faults. They have this. They have that, and you've allowed them to be in your life, but you never fell in love with them. It's not so much a problem of them. It's more an issue of you unlocking your heart to allow yourself to love someone. And this comes from other things that are in your history that hold you back. So it's not the problem of, right? You understand? Okay, good. So what we would like, we're going to look at you energetically, and we're going to do a little healing in your heart chakra to help you. There's a thing with Dad that hangs in there that is a karmic thing that we would like to heal, or at least try, with your permission, of course, to allow you to release more and allow the next one to become the one, because it's a matter of you liking them, and that it's not a matter of you not attracting the one. Okay, let me go to Lene 609, looking in the heart chakra. Okay, I'm sending in beautiful light and healing. Ooh. And I'm also placing in there the picture of you with the 1. From this point forward, Lene is freed of anything that, or any obstacle, emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, that is within her that would be blocking her from finding love. From this point forward, she attracts love. She is love. She embodies love. She sees the good and falls in love easily. The next person that arrives into her life will be the one, and she will see that now. Namaste. And I get September for you, honey. Okay? All right.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye, honey. Bye. Phew, that was a rough one. Okay, going to Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Hi, sweetheart. Where are you from? I see you were calling in on Skype. Doesn't necessarily mean you're in another country. I'm just curious. Are you in another country?
I am. I'm in Canada.
You're in Canada. Okay, wonderful. Well, must be nice in Canada this time of year, right? What part of Canada are you in? Toronto?
I'm Alberta.
Alberta. Is that near Toronto?
No, I'm like 4,000 kilometers from Toronto.
So you're on the west coast.
Miles.
Oh, so you're on the. Is that center Canada or Western Canada? Forgive me for my stupidity. Western. Okay.
Oh,
well,
that's okay.
I don't know Canada well, obviously, although I have been to the Toronto area and I have been to Montreal. But other than that, I'm dumb about it. Okay. All right, sweetheart. So go ahead, honey, and ask your question, and just your question, please. Not a lot of background, okay?
Okay. I'm just curious. What's coming for employment, please?
Alrighty. Employment for Michelle. Yes. I start with yes or no. Hold on. Yes or no? You have employment. You're very employable. You have employment. I don't know why they say that. Are you employed now, honey? But what I'm hearing is you are employed right now.
No, I'm not. I haven't been since April.
Since April. Well, then it's not a, it's whatever you are, or whatever you do is highly employable. Okay, so let me just go a little deeper first. Michelle, Alberta. Okay. One of the things I get is you're very eclectic. You like a lot of different things. It's hard for you to focus on one thing very long. You're not employable in the respect that it's hard for you to decide. However, you do have skills. You have skills, life skills for employment. They don't take you far. They seem very limited, and they seem low level. In other words, the jobs that you seem employable for don't seem to be the ones you want. They don't seem to be ideally who you are. So let me just restate that in a different way. What I see is you could get a job easily enough. But it would not pay well, and it really wouldn't be very exciting. There's another part of you that's very adventurous. You like the outdoors. You like to be around people, and you really want to get something that's a little more dynamic, that's more in alignment with your values and who you really are. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you will be getting that kind of a job soon. But what we would like you to do as your guides is to define a little bit better the parameters of what this employment would look like so that we can help you better with that. Okay, we want you to give it a title or a name, or we'll help you with that right now. But the problem is it's amorphous. You have not defined enough of what you want. Make sense, please?
Yes, for the most part. I kind of do know what I want, though.
Okay, why don't you tell me what that
I'm
is?
waiting for it.
Okay, tell me what it is, love, and we'll refine it a bit.
Okay, so I'm thinking I'm actually going to have to work in Ontario because there's no work in Alberta right now. And a planner or scheduler role in the nuclear industry.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty specific to me. What I see, what I see you doing is like out of doors, and leading like groups or trips or something. So the planning and the scheduling seem to be appropriate, but but on a more dynamic level, not necessarily from an office, but planning and scheduling trips or things like that, or maybe even inspection.
Shut down that kind of stuff. You're doing maybe so I mean, I wouldn't be at a desk all the time. I may need to know software, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's perfect. That's pretty good for you because you have the you're an adventurer, like dynamic things. You know, you don't want to be stuck in the office and this job, particularly low level pay. So you have a good idea. But let me just see if we could see what they meant. They said it was too amorphous, and that doesn't amorphous to me. What does she need to do to find that she can better she wants? We would like you to get to the core essence of the job. We'd like to define the dynamic nature of it and forget about exactly the organization. Okay? So the essence is out of the office, planning and scheduling, setting things up, that kind of a thing. So it could fit many different templates. And then this will help you bring it in. We're going to look at that specific job. You said you think you're going to have to move to Ontario from Alberta to get that kind of a job. Okay, they're saying don't do that. They give me a negative on that. What they want you to do is to define clearly the essence of the job. That's the aspect that you hadn't really done, because you're just thinking, oh, I can fit into that. We don't want you to fit in anything. We want you to get to the parts of it you vaguely recognize suit you. And that is the dynamic nature of being out of the office, moving around, talking to people, helping to solve problems, and something to do with like a project manager. And that can take many different have many different ways that you could do that. And then look for the job. And with that redefinition of what you want, you will be able to attract it fairly easily. And within 2 months, you'll be having a job of your dreams. Okay? And I also feel there'd be travel involved and a lot of adventure and outdoors with it. And that you would like it very much. You're very dynamic, and that's been the issue all along. How do you fit this beautiful dynamic person into these square jobs, like a cell in an office? You know what I mean? You're not a cubicle person, right? You're not a cubicle person. You're an outdoorsy person. You need adventure. You need dynamic. You need challenge. You need excitement. You need talking. You need people. You need solving problems. So put that in your template, and then readdress the job thing. And what I'm getting is about within 2 months you'll have a new position. I'm going to see if you're going to have to. No, I don't think you're going to have to move for it either. I think it would be right in your area. And I also get something to do with, believe it or not, the Parks Service that would be in your area. So take a look at that. Okay?
90 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, love. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. I think my new job is going to be career counselor, everybody. I have a big business background, like 20 years in the business world, and I've had my own issues of clawing up the ladder and finding the right jobs and trying to solve how to get the job that was right for me. And for Michelle, I feel that and also for Laura that I spoke with earlier, it's an inventory of who you really are,
60 seconds.
what you really want, and then respecing your resume so that you can pull that job in with those particular qualities. You'd be surprised. We limit ourselves a lot in what we can do. All right, everybody, you have a beautiful day, beautiful, blessed day. Thank you so much for calling in Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be doing this again. And in the meanwhile, if you want a private session, just go to booklaura.com. And if you put radio show in the event code field, you will get a 25% discount. Namaste, everybody. Bye-bye.